With Maria and take a first look at what the day is going to bring, Maria.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cloud cover and temperatures that are definitely not summer-like. We officially greet summer at 10:57 a.m. By 2 p.m. though, just near 70 in Hoboken and Vernon. Westport is still in the 60s in Hauppauge with mostly cloudy skies. We've got an east wind that's going to add a chill, but it's also going to bring about some more showers and thunderstorms as early as tonight, timing it out in the 10-day. And the shades and ice cream. It's going to be rather cool today. So where do we stand? We welcome summer officially today. If you haven't heard, the summer solstice arriving at 10:57. This time of year, our average highs are into the low 80s. We don't have that in the extended forecast. Not in the next 5 days, and I'll just tell you, not in the next 10. We get close Saturday and Sunday to 80 degrees. We're actually going to be in the 60s tomorrow, stuck in the 60s. Where summer is showing up, though, the high humidity. It is going to be uncomfortable, sticky as we get into the weekend, where dew points are into the mid and upper 60s, and so that's where summer is showing up, at least for now. And of course, humidity increasing, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms, that chance increasing as well. That hasn't changed in the forecast either. Plenty of clouds for now. We have 62 degrees. It's this right here, that east-northeast wind, about 10 miles per hour. Gusty at times today, just going to add to what is already a relatively cool June afternoon. Temperatures just near 70 at 1 o'clock. That's about as good as it gets through the afternoon, into the low 70s. Those east winds will keep us definitely gray and on the cool side. Now, as far as showers go, this is the starting point. Late tonight, starting to see them move up from the south. By overnight, we're talking about periods of rain, maybe some rumbles of thunder, and that does mean maybe some wet roadways and some pockets of heavy rain through the morning commute tomorrow. Not expecting anything severe, but don't be surprised to get those rumbles of thunder. And then it's periods of rain and showers as we go into early next week. Yeah, that often. 59 degrees overnight. And again, that east wind 10 to 20 miles per hour, adding a chill, and just into the 60s for the first full day of summer with mostly cloudy skies. Just want to update you real quick on Brett. We still have a tropical storm, 50-mile-per-hour maximum wind, starting to look a little more organized, but as it approaches the Leeward Islands, still expecting it to be a tropical storm, and of course Puerto Rico well south of the cone of concern at that point.
Standing by, looking at the weather.
Yeah, it looks really pretty right now. This is at New London Harbor, so there are areas, especially north of the city, still holding on to that sunshine a little bit longer, and one of those spots for sure, Redding, Connecticut, some sun today, enjoying the first few hours of summer, 70 degrees, but as you can see, just like everyone else, showers and storms for days. I'll show you where I see some windows where maybe not so stormy in that 10-day forecast. Beams on there
yes,
too.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we are officially welcoming summer at 10:57 this morning, and we're still hanging on to some sunshine, especially from the city northward and Long Island too. Really pretty sunrise at this point, but things are going to change pretty quickly. In fact, by tonight, the showers arrive. What is going on? Well, we have high pressure not helping us out anymore, and so we have a series of areas of low pressure and fronts and weather, so showers, thunderstorms. And I stop it here for the weekend, but the chances for the unsettled weather does not stop through the weekend. In fact, over the next week, we're looking at anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. Some spots easily picking up more than that, 2 to 3. So this is a good amount of rainfall. I don't see any issues with flooding, like river flooding, but we are looking at the threat for some thunderstorms. So it's the kind of flash flooding, that immediate threat, problems on the roadways type of rain coming our way over the next few days. All right, so let's break it down. We're starting to see some of the clouds move in already. By late tonight, some showers. It's by tomorrow morning we could get periods of heavier rainfall, maybe some rumbles of thunder, so probably a slower morning commute. Adele will be working hard, I'm sure, getting you guided around some of the messier roads through tomorrow morning, and then by the midday, maybe a little bit of a reprieve, but we don't completely get rid of all of the shower and thunderstorm threat, even tomorrow. But for now, enjoy it. We've got 62 degrees. Here's the deal with today. That east-northeast wind about 10, keeping temperatures on the cooler side, only 72. Average highs this time of year, more like 81, 82. And that east wind, that's going to be an issue tonight, picking up 10 to 20 miles per hour, 59 degrees, and we only get into the 60s tomorrow, mid and upper 60s. So cool first full day of summer. Definitely not going to feel like it. We start to feel it temperature-wise by the weekend, but again, scattered showers and thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. And keep in mind, too, along with temperatures back in the 70s near 80 degrees, we're going to have some pretty...
LaRosa talking about this Wednesday weather.
Yeah, it looks dark and stormy, but it's just clouds and waiting for that sun to come up as we look at Coney Island. It's going to be a cool day at the coast and really everywhere when you're talking about the first day of summer. These temperatures don't look it. Hackensack, 60 degrees now, some sun by 3 p.m., 70 degrees in Mineola by 3 p.m. By 3 a.m. tomorrow, though, the radar is going to be covered. We've got showers moving in, timing that out, and of course, the stormy days ahead in the 10-day. That was no longer in use and kind of done and making it extra special. And today might be a day you wanted to use the High Line. It is officially summer. It's summer solstice. So what on earth is the solstice? Well, it's when we have the most direct rays right over the Tropic of Cancer. So that is when the Earth is at its max tilt for us in the northern hemisphere toward the sun. Now, what's interesting is that we don't reach max heat, right? Our average high temperatures don't peak until July. So for between now and then, yes, the Earth starts its tilt back closer to fall and winter, but we still have a net gain of warmth until about July or so. And of course, daylight-wise, we start to lose it by tomorrow. About 2 seconds we lose tomorrow. But enjoy the 15 hours and 5 minutes of it today. Maybe not as much as we'd like on the first day of summer. We're getting some of the bright skies behind the overcast, so that'll happen from time to time today. And I think especially north of the city, a better looking day than, say, from central South Jersey and the Long Island. So we'll keep an eye on that. 62 out the door right now. It's that east-northeast wind, about 10 miles per hour. That'll really add the not-so-summery feel today. And eventually, we're going to be starting that trend toward the stormy and the rainy. And it really begins late tonight. So from the south, Ocean County, Monmouth County, you see it first, 8-9 p.m. By tomorrow morning, some of this may be heavy at times. We'll get some rumbles of thunder in here. So count on probably a slower go tomorrow morning because of some of that rainfall. And think of it as waves of rain. So not all day tomorrow, but occasionally a shower, a thunderstorm, and I keep it going through Friday afternoon. And you see that's exactly what we have, a couple waves from time to time. By the time we get to next week, adding up to maybe 1, 2, 3 inches of rainfall, this is going to go a long way and do some good. We do need it. 72 today. That's it for the first day of summer. 59 degrees overnight tomorrow. East winds 10 to 20. High temperatures only in the 60s for the first full.
But it was an incredible experience.
Oh, I bet. They're absolutely amazing. So, yeah, there may be some clouds around, but I think weather-wise, pretty quiet for now. And it's a really nice picture from Port Jefferson. But you see those swiftly moving clouds moving from the east. So it's brisk out there for the start of summer. We've got Dawson here ready for ball anyway with dry conditions through 11 a.m. And for the day today, it's by tonight and tomorrow morning showers, even a few thunderstorms. So I'm going to break down the timing and impacts and, of course, stormy weekend ahead in the 10-day.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm happy that it's this morning and maybe not like Saturday morning because humidity is coming way back, so it'd be extra sticky at Times Square as opposed to the regular sticky it is. But that's another story. Hours of daylight, yes, today is the longest day of the year as far as daylight goes. 15 hours and 5 minutes. We lose 2 seconds tomorrow, so we're on that downward slide. But obviously, we are still maxing out as far as heat goes. We still have that to look forward to. In fact, average highs peak in that July-August time period with average highs in the city at 85. I don't have that anywhere near the 10-day forecast. In fact, I've got more days more in line with early June, so late spring type of energy here. But yes, as I mentioned, that summer humidity is definitely coming back. So we're at reasonable levels today and tomorrow, but you can see upper 60s, that's in that unpleasant and miserable. What we don't have is that heat humidity combination, right? So we'll take a look at that as we head into the weekend. Of course, kicking off this unsettled pattern here as early as tonight. So the day today, some sun, some clouds. On the cooler side, breezy at times, but by 9 o'clock, those showers start to creep up, and that may be more like rain, heavy at times by tomorrow morning. So as you're waking up, wet roadways, probably is a little bit of a slower go for the morning commute and getting out and about. As we look at 7 a.m., still some showers, even some rumbles of thunder, and we'll call it a little bit of a reprieve during the afternoon on Thursday, but not completely done, of course, with the shower and thunderstorm threat, not just tomorrow, but even as we get into the weekend. Temperature-wise, hard to find and hard to describe today as summery at all. 62 degrees. It feels cool because of those east-northeast winds. We're dry through the day, 72 degrees for the high. That's it. But by late tonight into tomorrow morning, the rain arrives. Winds are really picking up 10 to 20 miles per hour out of the east, and that's keeping everybody in the 60s at least tomorrow afternoon. That first.
But Maria, not a beach day.
I know. It is looking rough, literally and figuratively, right? Gray skies point Point Pleasant Beach, and that surf right now is really kicked up thanks to this persistent and strong easterly wind, which just gets stronger into tomorrow morning. 20+ mile-per-hour gusts possible. This is keeping us cool, and we're going to see that rain follow as well. The chance of thunderstorms and how to time it out for your plans through the weekend in the 10-day. That broad view over the summer months, and really most of the country expected to see warmer than normal temperatures. But we do have the short-term ebb and flow when we talk about the weather from day to day. And I can tell you the heat right now isn't through the central part of the U.S. These are feels-like temperatures. Dallas, Brownsville feels like almost 100 degrees at this hour. Could you imagine? We, though, have the benefit of some clouds and rain keeping us cool, and this pattern that's going to, again, in the relative short term, keep us close to or slightly below average. This takes us into early July, this outlook, where the heat remains in through the central and southern plains. Of course, again, in the short term, we have the clouds, we have the rain, areas of low pressure going to keep away that intense summer heat. We do get the humidity, especially heading into the weekend with this front moving off to the north, but because of the clouds and, again, the rain, temperatures will be kept into the close to or below average range. That is certainly the case today. It is not going to feel like the first day of summer. If you stepped outside already, you know 62 degrees, but that east-northeast wind adding just a little bit of a cool feel. Sun and clouds, but more clouds as the day goes on. We're just going to be about 70 at lunchtime for a high of 72. That's it. East winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. The rain, that begins to creep in from the south as early as about 9 o'clock from Belmar to Toms River. And then by tomorrow morning, it'll be periods of rain from Islip in the city, Sussex as well. So the morning commute time frame, maybe even a rumble of thunder, probably a little bit slower as you go through the morning hours. By the midday, though, a little bit of a break, but we're in that rut here where we can't rule out a shower, basically starting tomorrow morning and in through early next week. And check out this. You want to see that it's not going to feel like summer? That is the case tomorrow. 67 degrees for that first full 24 hours of summer.
Interesting look over Midtown.
Yeah, we're trying to get some sun in there. Definitely north of town, you're having a better shot at it. But clouds and sun, that's the forecast for today. Not summery at all. Livingston at 72 by 4 p.m., just in the low 70s in Yonkers, upper 60s Hempstead. I do have a warm up, and it comes with a lot of humidity too, and of course the storm threat that we're in for in the 10-day.
Thanks
this morning because it's actually comfortable for yoga. It's not the hot yoga. We have dew points that are in the 50s, and when you talk about dew points, it's an absolute measure of how much moisture is in the air. So 50, mid 50s, upper 50s, you're still comfortable. Starting to get a little sticky, but we're getting in that plain old unpleasant / miserable level of humidity heading into the weekend. What we don't have is the excessive heat to go with it. So we have a little bit of that going on. What's happening today is we're on the north side of this front. We get onto the south side Friday and Saturday. That bumps our temperatures back up a little bit closer to average, but also that humidity, and of course, doesn't do anything to wipe away the chance for some showers and storms. We've been talking about just how welcome some of this rain may be, and over the next week, and I'll adjust this because we're getting some new data in, could be quite a bit of rainfall, widespread 2 to 3 inches, potentially across much of our area over the next week. And so that's a good thing. We really start the pattern tonight where we've got some showers encroaching for the Jersey Shore by about 8, 9 p.m. The clouds a little bit delayed for the Hudson Valley, so you have a sunnier afternoon than most, but really everyone gets the clouds and the rainfall by tomorrow morning. Some of it may be heavy at times from Islip and White Plains, Newark through the city. That may make for a slower morning commute or just getting out and about earlier tomorrow morning, and then a little bit of a break for the afternoon, but can't rule out some more showers and thunderstorms. And of course, we're in that pattern where we definitely can't rule it out heading into the weekend and early next week. All right, it is the first day of summer. Eventually at 10:57, we welcome the solstice. It's not going to feel like it. 62 right now. Very brisk east-northeast winds, definitely adding that cool flare. 70 degrees by 1 o'clock. That's about as good as it gets for today. And then more clouds tonight. Now tomorrow, 67 degrees for the first full day of summer. Really, really